start doing YouTube videos because I want like something sort of lighthearted to contrast my podcast that's going to come out, which is going to touch some more serious like intellectual topics. So I just realized I forgot my glasses inside, so I need to go get those real quick. Okay, so now I can drive. It is nighttime. It's like 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to turn this light off because I know it's not illegal to drive with lights on in your car, but it's very distracting. Oh my god, there's 2 huskies! Look how many dogs there are in my neighborhood. Anyways, I'm gonna go to In-N-Out and get some food and eat it in my car. And while I'm doing all of this, I'm just gonna tell you guys about my life story because I haven't really talked about my life like in detail, and so I feel like people would be interested to know about it. I'm gonna turn this off. So, oh my god, you can't even see me. Maybe this is a bad idea. I've committed at this point, so I gotta keep going with it. Should I just drive with this light on? Yeah, I'm good. Fuck it. Alright, let's see. Where did it all begin? My childhood began in Salt Lake City. 6 weeks after I was born, my family moved to Hawaii on Oahu. I grew up in Hawaii for 6 years of my life. Those are very fond memories. I remember like going to the beach every other weekend and going to like aquariums and zoos and stuff. It was a really good childhood. Hawaii is a great place to live if you're not bothered by bugs and all sorts of animals and vermin being in your house, because Hawaii is a tropical paradise for humans as well as every other type of living creature. So we had rats, we had cockroaches. The cockroaches in Hawaii fucking fly, okay? Like, they're intense. Like, if you try to kill it with like a regular shoe, it'll just like brush it off and laugh at you and like spit in your face. Like, those cockroaches be on some hard shit. I remember one time I woke up in the middle of the night and there was like a thumping noise coming from like my ceiling, because there was like a little attic type storage space, like a crawl space. I was so terrified because I didn't know what that thumping noise was, and I was a kid, so I was like, oh my god, it's a monster. But it was just a big rat that had gotten caught in a trap in the crawl space attic, and it was slowly dying, and it wanted to like wreak havoc before it went out. So it was like thumping all up in my ceiling, and my dad had to come in and he had to like beat it to death. So that's an early memory that I have from Hawaii. Also, I turned the light off because I got scared that I was gonna get pulled over, even though I know that like that's not really a thing. But cops here are something else, so I'm not gonna risk it. So Hawaii, yeah, that was great. I went up through kindergarten there, and then when I was 6 years old, my family moved to Japan. I lived in the Tokyo area, like in the outlying suburbs, until I was 12. I have very good memories of Japan. It's just such a beautiful country, rich with so much culture, and just the people are so polite. I haven't been since I moved, but I would love to visit because it is just one of those countries that you just instantly fall in love with. Yeah, growing up in Japan, I lived on an Air Force base, so I went to, you know, like an all-American school. I was a very, very shy kid. I skipped a grade, so I was younger than everyone else in my grade, and that would sometimes cause issues. Like, I would kind of get bullied or just like teased, and I would sit alone at lunch and stuff like that. I played a lot of video games in middle school, like Minecraft, like desktop video games, and I would make internet friends because talk to people like in person. My parents were always like very adamant about traveling and seeing the world and having me and my brother grow up with, you know, different experiences and different cultures. And my mom is Vietnamese, so we would visit Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, like all the Southeast Asian countries. It helped me expand my worldview and just have an open mind to different cultures and different people, and I think that really helped me later down the road when I was struggling with my gender identity and stuff. I just remember like being in Japan and just playing on my DS all the time, like Animal Crossing, Pokemon, like all those games. I was just so enthralled with being in a digital world where I could escape from my reality. Remember how I said this was gonna be a lighthearted video, and then I'm like, let me dive right into some childhood trauma, guys. Oh, we're here at In-N-Out. Let me find parking real quick, which is gonna take an hour because it's a Friday and it's LA, so this will be fun. Oh, that person's pulling out of their parking spot, but I already passed them! Ah! Just turn around real quick if I can. Just steal this person's spot real quick. I actually found a parking spot pretty quickly, like, I'm surprised. This is a good spot because it's an end spot, so I can eat in my car alone without having too many people watch me. Okay, cool. I am parked, and let's go get some In-N-Out. Let's go get some In-N-Out. Okay, this is really weird. I've never done this before. Never vlogged in public. Never vlogged, period, so see how this turns out. Can I get a number 3, please? A number 3. No onions, please, thank you. And that's all. Yeah, to go actually, sorry. Thank you. I got my food. When I was walking out, the door isn't automatic, but it opened slightly for me, so I think I'm a powerful witch. My mind, so powerful. Okay, so I got a number 3 combo, no onions. This is gonna be really disgusting to watch, so I'm just gonna like cut every time I'm chewing, so you guys don't have to watch it. Before I eat, I should use a little hand sanitizer. Oh, it's really hot, the fuck? Because hygiene is important, and I don't wanna get any food-borne illnesses, so we stand a king with a weak immune system, get sick very easily, because I am, what, sickening. These are really good fries. What's so hard about doing this video is that I assumed that I would be able to recall a lot of my childhood, which I cannot. I just almost ate a little bit of the paper. Extra fiber. So when I was 12, we moved from Japan to the DC area. I guess it's important to note that the reason why I was moving around is because of my dad's job. So I lived in the DC area up until I moved here to LA, actually, from 8th grade until my senior year. And so I was like 12 years old when we moved, and I started experiencing gender dysphoria and extreme depression, and I didn't understand it. I didn't know what gender dysphoria was, but all I knew is that I was really obsessed with watching transition videos on YouTube, and I didn't know why. There are pictures on my old iTouch somewhere of me trying on like a masculine outfit and trying to flatten my chest a little bit, and I put my hair up like in a beanie because it was still long at the time. I put it up and like tucked it so it looked like I had short hair, and I took selfies, and I was like 12 years old and I had no idea why I was taking selfies to look like a boy, and then the reckoning. By the time I started freshman year, I had come to terms with my sexuality. I identified as a lesbian because I didn't know any other way to label it. So I was this goth lipstick lesbian. I would wear my black eyeliner and black lipstick, and I had like a short pixie cut, and I would wear like black dresses with black knee highs and combat boots. I was one of those Hot Topic goths. Yeah. And honestly, I kind of still am. Because I was confident in my sexuality at this point, I went to my school's GSA, which is a Gender and Sexuality Association. I met other trans people for the first time in my life. My parents are very religious, and I was raised religious, so up until that point I had not encountered like a trans person in real life. Like, my only experience with the trans community had been through those YouTube videos that I would watch online. When I saw other trans people authentically being themselves, it gave me the courage to experiment with my pronouns and my name. Finally, I settled on the name Ian and the pronouns he, him, because that was what I felt most comfortable with. But I was still like very fluid in my gender identity, and I didn't realize that until now, really. Now that I'm out on my own and independent, I have the freedom to like be whoever I want, and it helped me realize that like, yeah, I use he, him, but still non-binary, so, you know. ASMR chewing. I hate eating videos so much. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this, because I'm gonna have to edit it and I'm gonna cringe the entire time. Back to my life story. So I came out as trans early 2015 to everyone, to my parents, to my teachers, to my peers, and I got a lot of positive feedback from my peers and teachers. Not so much from my parents, but I will dive into that on my podcast. The summer after my freshman year, I found an open casting call floating around Tumblr and Twitter, and a bunch of people sent it to me because it was specifically calling for an Asian American trans male actor with no previous experience necessary, and I was like, well, why not? Let me give it a shot. I mean, like, I have nothing to lose. Long story short, I ended up getting the part, and that's how I got on the OA. Just a leap of faith, just trying out on an online casting call. I just went for it, and I didn't expect an answer, and then I ended up getting the role. So that's why you should chase your dreams. And to where? Back to the burger! I did not consent to that. So the second semester of my sophomore year, I moved to New York for 3 months to film the OA. Okay, I realized that acting was what I wanted to do. It was something I was passionate about, something I enjoyed doing. That was like the first environment for me where I was completely accepted for who I was. Just no question about it. My pronouns were always used, my name was always used, and I was just Ian to everyone, and that was so validating. Like, if I hadn't had that experience, I don't know where I would be today. So season 1 comes out during December of my junior year of high school. I still went to public school. I went to the same school that I had been going to since 8th grade. Things pretty much instantly changed for me. I wasn't like a hotshot at school or anything, but everyone knew that I was that kid that had done that Netflix show. Some people thought I was on Orange is the New Black. I came to LA like for The Last of Us and for more stuff for the OA, and it really solidified my decision to move here. And, you know, I finished high school, I graduated, I did a cross-country road trip to get here, and moved into my new apartment, and now I live here. So that's my life in a very, very short, condensed version. Here's to my future, and here's to all that will come in the next few years. Thank you guys so much for watching. Didn't even finish my burger, so this has been a productive video, and I will see you guys next video.